Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Okay, a very short one for you today. It's a review on this a light meter I've just bought from Amazon. As you've probably heard me mention on a couple of my other videos, I'm very shortly to be swapping my car, my lovely Focus ST3, which I love to bits, for an electric vehicle, for no other reason that I just fancy trying the experience of an electric vehicle, seeing what they're like, seeing what it's like living with the recharging it on the move and that. And I do hardly any miles. I'll only have to charge it at home about once a week. But I will hopefully be going out on a few more extra runs than I have been doing in my existing car. Now it's December now, and I've been told January by MG is when I'll get my car. So hopefully I'll be getting it very, very soon. But when I do get it, I'm going to be making loads and loads of videos, as well as the usual review type that you see online. I'm going to be going intensely on individual episodes into various things like the light output from the headlights, comparing it to my existing car, acceleration compared to my existing car, going through the infotainment system screen by screen and explaining every button, and getting quite intensive. There'll be probably quite long videos, so if long, highly detailed videos are not your thing, skip them or whatever, but if you want to learn every detail, this should be quite handy for that. So that's why I bought this, because I'm going to do the aforementioned headlight trials. Now, I've already done filmed something with my Focus. I parked it down a very, very dark, unlit road, the road to my model flying field, last month, and I filmed it with me walking so far ahead and seeing how far the beams would reach on high and low. The headlights in the Focus are HID xenon lights, which are high intensity discharge. The full beam headlight, I believe, in the MG is halogen. So the Focus should be brighter than the MG. If the MG aren't bright enough for my liking, I will replace them more than likely with LED ones. So if I do that, and even if I don't, I'll be testing the output from the halogen ones. That's why I've bought this, because I'll be, as well as doing that dark road test for distance of travel of the beam, I'll be lining the cars up against my garage door, white garage door, to show the actual cut-off line, how accurate the cut-off line is of the headlights. Now that's very, very important, because you can get a really powerful headlamp bulb, be it HID, LED or halogen, and it can be, what, a number, say 10,000 lumens, just as a made up number. That's the total output from that bulb, 10,000 lumens, that's in all directions. But the trouble is, if you don't match up, if you say replacing a halogen with an LED, if you don't match up in height with the two bulbs next to each other, where that halogen coil is compared to where the LED emitters are, and it depends on the bulb, how they've arranged them emitters, it doesn't matter how many lumens output it is, if it isn't going in the right direction and isn't being projected by either the projector lens, if it's a projector lamp, which they are on the MG and on the Focus, or the reflectors if it's a standard lamp. There's a great website that goes really into all sorts of bulbs and the beam outputs and the different lights. I'll put the link to it here down below. It's definitely worth a visit to that website, to it, and have a sorry, not a website, it's a YouTube channel. Have a look at some of the videos on there, and they'll explain fully the differences. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line it up against the garage door and hold the light meter there with, say, 25 foot away, and do the same with both cars and see what it is. Now, as I was saying, the lumens output is just from the bulb. The lux, which these measure, is the intensity of light on the actual spot. So as you hold this here, the sensor, which is covered by that milky dome there that senses the light. That tells you how much light there is around that spot. So like I say, with a very poorly matched bulb and headlight, you can put a much more powerful bulb in than standard and have actually less lux on the wall than your standard lamp, if it's getting scattered where it shouldn't get scattered. So the beam pattern is all important. So yeah, I'll be reading up on that before I do change them, if I do change them. But for now, you'll just see the comparison between the two cars. So that's why I bought this. So enough waffling. Let's get into how this works. It's dead simple. I'll just run through it quickly how they work and show you a couple of different examples of these and the price differences on Amazon. So let's do that now. Most of them are similar. This is very similar. It's 25 quid on Prime. It looks exactly the same as the one I've got. It's got the same same symbols and everything. This is the one I got. Different colour case, but as you can see, the graphics and everything else and the buttons look exactly the same. There's no manufacturer written on mine. This one's got, as you see, MT912, but mine's got just light meter written on. It's just a generic. They'll all be churned out by the same factory in China, no doubt. And they go to ridiculous lengths. So that's just under 18 quid, including next day delivery. It came yesterday. I ordered it the day before. But look at these. Look at this one here. 911 quid. And this, the same make, Gossen, 650 quid. This one, 185. So obviously these are pro ones, and if you're a professional photographer or whatever, needing to know exact readings, and obviously these will take the rough and tumble of daily use. This one I've got no doubt won't. The plastic construction does seem okay on it. It doesn't seem very, very cheap, but I'll only be using it, like I say, for them purposes, and then it'll just be in a drawer, hardly ever used. So it's going to serve my purposes fine. So yeah. Okay, so here we have it. I'll just turn it on. As you can see, it's quite a sort of nice display, black background, white numerals and yellow symbols and things. You see at the top, top left, little sort of clock sign. That means the timer is on it. I mean, it'll automatically shut off within 15 minutes. The temperature there is totally out. It's showing 32.9. Whether it's with me holding it or not, I don't know. I don't know where the actual temperature sensor bit is, but it's nothing like 32 in this room. It's more like 20. So maybe the lux is as much out as well. But like I say, it's mainly for comparing. So it doesn't matter if it's totally accurate, as long as when you're comparing it from one to the other, it's all the same inaccuracies throughout. So that'll do me. As you can see, the lux at the moment is 510, 509. Now, there's a maximum and a minimum reading, and the way I thought it'd do it is this. If you look, it's hovering round at around about 530. That's just picking up daylight from the adjacent window. If I get this torch and shine it on it, I'm now shining it on the sensor above, as you can see. That has gone right up now to, you look at it, the figure's gone down to sort of 33.4, but if you look above it says K lux, so that's thousands. It's now measuring in the thousands of lux. If I turn that off now, it's back to the 500. Now there's a minimum and a maximum button here. If I press that minimum, the way I think it ought to work is display the minimum it's had of this session, and then when it's displaying maximum, display the maximum of this session, but it doesn't do that. If I press a minimum, sorry, that's on max now, min-max, it's just showing same 572. If I press minimum, it's showing the dimmer stick spin. But if I leave it on there with the max symbol showing, you can just about see it probably at the top there in red. Shine the torch again. You can see it's now gone on to 34.6. If I hold it closer, there, that's the highest it'll go. That has now froze it on 42.4. It has measured that. If I press minimum and maximum now, press minimum, minimum, there we are, the 526 of the session. Press it again for maximum, and it now is displaying the 42.4. So it seems to be have to have a maximum showing there before it will measure and lock in the maximum setting of that session. And then to clear that and get back to live stuff, you just hold that in again, hold it in, and it's back to measuring live now. There's various other things you can do with the key. It's measuring in lux. If you want it to measure in, if you see this symbol here, it says FC lux. FC is foot candles, and I hadn't a clue what that meant, so I looked it up, and basically it's just exactly the same as lux, but the imperial version. So when you're measuring in foot candles, it divides it by 10.7639 or multiplies it. So most people will be measuring in lux, or just stick to the same measurement. You can also turn the timer off, so it'll only go off when you press it manually to turn it off, and you can change the temperature reading to Fahrenheit as well, just by holding these buttons in before you turn it on and off. It's all in the instructions, that. But the main setting is going to be, that I want, is hold. So as it's measuring, you can see it moving now. If I press hold, that has locked it at that temperature, and even if I put my hand in front of the sensor now, you can see it's not altering that reading at all, it's holding. So what I'll be doing is holding it against the white wall that I'll be testing the headlights on at a certain distance. I'm going to use my garage door, hold it against that, click hold, and then that'll make it easier for me to read. Hold it forwards and have a look at it. So basically that's it. You've just got the four buttons there. There's a cap on the front to protect it. It seems reasonably well built. 3 AAA's, and you get the AAA's with it. They did come with it. Prefer the AAA's to 9 volts. Quite a lot of these meters had the little square 9-volt batteries in, but you always seem to have AAA's hanging around more than you have a 9-volt meter, a 9-volt battery. So yeah, there we are. Off. That was a quick run through how it worked, and a comparison of 2 or 3 different ones on Amazon and the different prices. So yeah, like I said, how it works. It's obviously not as accurate as them that are like £900 or nearly £1,000. They're professional tools, probably built to take the daily knocks, and obviously a lot more accurate than this. But to an amateur using it a couple of times, like myself, just to demonstrate headlight output, the accuracy doesn't really matter as long as it's consistent. Doesn't matter whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 600s off the actual number it should be, because you're using the same machine to measure each one, so they'll all be the same off. So at least it will tell me which is putting out the most light of the different light types. So that's it. So stay tuned for them tests on 2 cars and all the tests on the MG. If that interests you and you want to be emailed when I do uplift a video, click the little Tom's Man Shed. Is it this side or that side? The little round picture of Tom's Man Shed. That'll get you subscribed to the channel, or click subscribe on the main page. And give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and I hope to catch you again very, very soon for another review. See you then.